Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mini Books Podcast with your host, Gloria and Rogan. And today we are excited to dive into Special Book with You. We picked this one because it has really important lessons to share, and we can't wait to talk about them. So let's get started.
All right, so are you ready to dive into Alex Hormozi's $100 offers today?
Absolutely.
This book, it's all about crafting offers
Yeah.
that are so good, people would be absolutely crazy to say no.
Yeah. It's funny because so many people talk about being better than the competition.
Right.
But Hormozi's approach is different. It's not even about comparison.
Right.
It's about making your offer so good, it's in a league of its own.
It's a category of one.
Exactly.
And he really brings this point home with his own story, right? Imagine this. You've just sold your gyms thinking you've made it right.
Yeah.
Big win.
Yeah.
And then bam, your business partner vanishes
Oh, no.
with all the cash.
Wow.
It's Christmas Eve. You're sitting in a kid's play chair,
You're kidding?
staring financial ruin in the face.
That's a nightmare scenario.
Talk about a punch to the gut.
And that's precisely why that anecdote is so powerful. It highlights the gravity of the situation, the high stakes,
Right.
but it also showcases the power of a truly compelling offer. It was his lifeline.
It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Exactly.
And the thing is, this wasn't just a one-time stroke of luck for him. He talks about maintaining a 36x return on ad spend for 8 years consistently.
That's insane. That's like defying the odds.
It really is. So what can we learn from that?
Yeah.
What can we take away from that, even if we're not in advertising?
It's about understanding the principles behind those winning offers and how to apply them to any business.
It's about consistently hitting those home runs.
Yes, that's a great analogy because even the best batters in baseball strike out sometimes.
True.
It's about those game-changing moments that really make the difference.
And this deep dive is all about that, understanding what makes a killer offer and giving you the tools to craft your own.
It's about shifting the odds in your favor no matter what you're selling.
So where do we even begin?
Well, it all starts with value. Not just any value, but value that resonates deeply with your ideal customer.
I like that.
Because remember, people buy for their reasons, not ours.
That's so true.
And Hormozi, he makes this distinction between value-driven and price-driven purchases.
Right.
And he uses this case study. Remember, his software company,
Yeah.
he took their profitability up by like 22.4 times.
22.4 times.
Just by shifting the focus to the value they delivered.
Wow. Okay, that's huge. 22.4 times. What can we learn from that?
Yeah.
Especially those of us who are not in the software world.
It shows that you don't need a groundbreaking product to succeed. It's about packaging and presenting what you offer in a way that truly connects with your customers' needs and desires.
Okay, so how do we actually define that value?
That is the million-dollar question. And luckily, Hormozi breaks it down into 4 core drivers,
Ooh, 4 core drivers. I like it.
which we'll unpack in detail throughout this deep dive.
All right, let's do it. Okay, 4 core drivers. Lay it on me. What are these magical elements that make an offer irresistible?
All right, so the first one is all about tapping into your customers' desires, their aspirations, their dream outcome. It's not about the product itself, right? It's about the transformation it represents.
Okay, so it's like painting a picture of that desired end state. What does your product or service ultimately help them achieve?
Exactly. You're not selling a product. You're selling a better version of themselves, a solution to their problems. And this ties into the second driver, perceived likelihood of achievement. You need customers to believe that your offer is the ticket to reaching that dream outcome.
So it's not just about making promises. You have to back it up and show them that it actually works.
Exactly. This is where things like testimonials, case studies, and your track record become super important. The more certainty you build, the more valuable your offer becomes.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the third driver?
The third driver is all about time. Time delay. Think about it. The faster someone sees results, the more valuable your offer becomes.
Because we're impatient creatures.
Yeah.
We want that instant gratification.
Exactly. We're wired that way. Even if a slower, more sustainable approach might be better in the long run, we're naturally drawn to things that give us quick wins.
It's like choosing fast food over a home-cooked meal sometimes.
Exactly. Or like those meal kit services versus learning to cook from scratch.
Yeah.
Both can get you a delicious meal, but the meal kit offers that instant gratification with minimal effort.
Right. Okay, so we've got dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay. What's the fourth driver?
The fourth one is effort and sacrifice. The easier you can make it for someone to achieve their desired outcome, the more appealing your offer becomes.
So it's not just about the destination, it's about paving the road and making the journey enjoyable.
Yes, remove the obstacles, the friction points. People are busy, right? So if your offer feels like just another chore, another thing to add to their already overflowing plate, they'll resist. But if it's simple, straightforward, fits seamlessly into their lives, that's when you've got them hooked.
It's like taking a complicated recipe and making it completely foolproof.
Exactly. You're eliminating the guesswork, making
Yeah.
it easier for them to say yes. Sorry to interrupt you guys. If you're enjoying this podcast, then don't forget to check out our official YouTube channel, Mini Books Podcast, and subscribe for more great podcasts like this one.
Okay, so we've got these 4 incredible value drivers.
Yeah.
Dream outcome perceived, likelihood of achievement, time delay, and effort and sacrifice.
Right.
It's a mouthful.
It is.
But how do we actually put them into practice? Where do we start?
So this is where it gets really exciting because Hormozi gives us this clear roadmap for building what he calls a grand slam offer.
I like it.
And the best part is we don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's about packaging what we already do in a way that truly resonates with our ideal customer.
Love it. Give me the roadmap. What's step 1?
Step 1 is crystal clear. It's all about defining that dream outcome.
Okay.
And I mean, really going deep here, like beyond the surface level of your product or service.
Shaper.
What is that ultimate transformation your customer craves?
So like if you could wave a magic wand, what would their life look like after experiencing your offer?
Exactly. You got it. You're not selling a product, you're selling a better version of them.
I like it.
Okay, so you've nailed down that dream outcome, right? Now what's standing in their way?
Okay.
What are the obstacles? And this is where we got to get granular.
Huh.
Think about Hormozi's example with the weight loss.
Okay.
He breaks it down into like buying food, right? Cooking, navigating social situations, even dealing with late night cravings.
He's going deep into the nitty-gritty there.
Exactly. Because it's those small, often overlooked friction points that can really sabotage someone's success.
Those little things you don't even think about.
Yeah, those moments where they're just like, oh, forget it.
And that's when a done-for-you service becomes so appealing.
Exactly. Because you're not just offering a product or service at that point, you're offering a solution, a way to overcome those obstacles.
You're relieving the headache.
And finally achieving that dream outcome.
So it's all about understanding those pain points.
Yes.
And, this reminds me of something we talked about earlier, the sales to fulfillment continuum.
Right.
It's about striking that balance between offering incredible value, but also making sure it's manageable for you to actually deliver.
Sustainability.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we can't burn ourselves out.
Remember Hormozi's story about running his gyms?
Yeah.
He tried to do it all himself.
Oh, I remember that. He was a one-man show.
Sales, onboarding, everything. It worked initially, but it wasn't sustainable.
Not a long-term strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he had to find a way to scale his efforts while maintaining that high level of value.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. He transitioned to more of a teaching and mentorship model,
Okay.
empowering gym owners with the tools and strategies they needed.
So same dream outcome, but just a different delivery method.
Precisely. And that's where those aha moments come in, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Just find a way to package your expertise in a way that's both impactful and scalable.
I like it. So we've got the value drivers, we've got the structure. What else can we do to really make our offer irresistible? A little sprinkle of magic.
A little sprinkle of magic. I like that. So let's talk about scarcity, urgency, and bonuses.
Okay.
Because these elements tap into our psychology, right? They make an offer really hard to refuse.
It's like that limited edition effect.
Exactly. You see limited edition and suddenly you're like, oh, I need that.
Gotta have it.
Even if you didn't even want it before.
It's true.
Yep.
So how do we use this ethically?
It's not about manipulation. It's about highlighting the true value. Limited time offers create that sense of urgency,
Yeah.
encourage people to take action. And bonuses sweeten the deal, make it a no-brainer.
It's like the cherry on top.
Exactly. But you know what one of the most powerful tools is for overcoming objections?
What's that?
Guarantees.
Oh, guarantees are huge.
They take away the risk.
Because there's always that voice in the back of your head. What if it doesn't work for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a guarantee eliminates that fear.
It's like a safety net.
Right. And remember Hormozi, he took it to the extreme.
He did. He was like, I'll pay for you to go to my competitor.
Exactly. That's how much he believes in his methods.
It's confidence right there.
Now, we don't have to go to those extremes,
Right.
but find a guarantee that aligns with your offer and gives your customers that peace of mind.
I love it. Okay, so we've got the value drivers, the structure, the bonuses, the guarantees. Anything else? Is that everything?
One last thing. The name.
The name.
It might seem simple, but a compelling name can make all the difference.
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
So how do we come up with a name that truly stands out?
Hormozy calls it the magic headline formula. Ready for this?
Hit me.
It starts with an attention-grabbing enhancer, something like free, discounted giveaway.
Okay, I'm hooked already.
Then you get specific about your target market, call out their pain points, their desires,
Oh,
introduce the mechanism, whether it's a challenge, a boot camp, a system, and finally, you clearly state the promise, the outcome they can expect.
it's like a recipe for crafting a headline that's impossible to ignore.
Exactly. And it's all about grabbing their attention, communicating value, making your offer memorable.
This has been incredible. So much to think about.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We really have.
Yeah.
So what's the one thing our listeners should take away from all of this?
Crafting an irresistible offer, it's within everyone's reach.
Okay, I like that.
It's about understanding your customers' desires, packaging your expertise, and making it a no-brainer for them to say yes.
So as we wrap up today, take action. Don't just let this information sit there. Put it into practice.
Yep.
Identify your dream outcome, brainstorm bonus ideas, test out that magic headline formula.
Do it.
Make it happen. Transform your offer from ordinary to extraordinary.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this conversation and want to dive into more book insights and key learnings, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Mini Books Podcast, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're back every Sunday at 9 a.m. with new books and more to learn from. Until next time, take care, keep learning, and keep growing. Remember, this is Mini Books Podcast.